29 degrees. Weatherman said 27 degrees. We knew we were going to beat that easily today. Barbara's prediction, of course, being the co-host of Galaxy's Breakfast Show, is 31 degrees today. I kind of agree with her, but sort of, because I think it's going to be 32, just to be that much more difficult. Friday, February the 7th, coming into a long weekend. Well, we've kind of had one, really, haven't we? You know, Waitangi Day, day off yesterday, then back at work today, back into the weekend tomorrow. I don't see a lot of people actually doing a lot of work today, to be very honest with you, except us here at Galaxy. And we're joined by Marshall Potts coming right after this.
Hi Sharon. Hi Rowan.
So we're going to go straight into Hearts in the Sky and play that. Okay. Then we'll go back live. So that gives us about almost 4 minutes to be able to have a little chat, get to know each other.
Okay.
And it is an absolute pleasure, as I said, to be able to talk to you. I'll let you know, online right now we have 5,139,000 people.
Wow.
That's about an average. That's about an average hour for us. It really is.
Hi Gear, we'll talk to you after this.
Yes, Gear. After we do this interview, believe me, we'll hit you up. We want to do some business. Let's talk. But
hi Cheryl, darling. I love you. Thank you for joining us again.
Cheryl, I haven't changed my shirt, Cheryl. It's all you. Today, you are my featured T-shirt artist. How's that? Absolutely love that. Thank you for joining us again, Cheryl. And looking also forward to seeing you and Mike on Valentine's.
And we've got Cheryl from Lorenzo.
Oh, okay. Absolutely love that music. I really do. Would love more than just one track, though. I've got to be honest with you. Sorry about that, my friend. What we will do is we will transpose everything we do. We will get a copy of everything, including the Facebook Live that we're doing right now. We'll turn it over to YouTube and pass you a copy of that. After we're finished, we'll take a couple of crazy photos, put all that on Facebook. Believe me, there's some. Put a couple on your wallpaper on your phone and show your friends. You know, this is Kiwis. It's not healthy to do it. Because this is going to be like, well, actually, it's not going to be like any other interview you've ever done. Because we're not the formal 12 questions. You know, we kind of like to have a bit of fun and relax and have a bit of humour in it. If you're not drinking, you probably will be by the end of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure I have a beer then.
Okay. It sounds like there's a lady in the background.
Yep. That's my girlfriend, yep.
Okay.
Hello.
Come on, say hello.
Yes, come on.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
That's Joanne. It's Joanne.
Joanne, this is going to be a bit of humour. I hope you enjoy.
I'm looking forward to it.
I feel sorry for you. In fact, I feel sorry for Marshall.
What have I got? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're going to need at least a half a dozen of those.
Okay. Yeah.
Joanne's going to be bloody busy. Love that. Love that. We'll get photos of it again very, very shortly. But let's go to the desk and have some fun.
Okay.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 12 after 11 o'clock, 30 degrees downtown, only 1 degree off Barbara's prediction, 2 degrees off mine. I think we're going to reach it comfortably today. I really do. Going to be a blinder. Friday, February the 7th, coming into the weekend, and we couldn't think of a better way to kick off the weekend than join Marshall Potts. Now, Marshall, you're coming out of Kamloops, British Columbia, my friend. What's the temperature like over there?
Well, I'm actually not at the in Kamloops right now. I'm down recording in Vancouver.
Okay.
So out here it's about 4 degrees.
4 degrees. That's quite balmy compared to some people that have been getting what? I was talking to one guy below 16 today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why do they live there?
Well, Kamloops is probably more than it's
Well, you know, we live on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand, and we don't really know what snow is here, literally. We get a little angry if Jack Frost comes around.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Balmy is what it's been termed as from you Canadians, literally. You know, if we get below 1, we don't want to know about it. We don't. We couldn't understand, you know, some of the places and some of the people we've been talking to below 50 degrees. That's amazing.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think there's a little climate change thingy going on here, because on the other side of that, into summertime, you can get anything up to about 40 odd degrees now, can't you?
Hi, Chris. Hi, Vito.
Yeah. Up where we are, it's like 40 degrees in Kamloops in the summer.
You know, you could fry eggs on your bonnet with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's handy if you're a chef, no good if you're just me. Believe me, I hate that. but we're heading that way as well. And in fact, we've got a drought going on in the North Island right now, and floods going on in the south. Crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely crazy. Now, Marshall, we spoke we spoke a little while ago, just before this interview, that we play you quite a bit. Now, we've been getting a huge response for Marshall Potts music here at Galaxy. We really have, and we play you in a number of shows. 16 Hours of Country on a Sunday. We also play you on a Monday night in the Galaxy Artists. I play you in the breakfast show, and we get a huge amount of people wanting to know more about Marshall Potts, more about his music, and what makes Marshall Potts tick. So all the way through this, we're going to be covering a few little bits and pieces about you as an artist, you as a man, you as a songwriter and a performer. But first of all, I got to give you a fan question, and that is literally, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Marshall, do you respond?
Do I? Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, I'm on all the social media.
Nice. Because as a fan, when they get hold of you, it's always really special when that artist replies. It kind of cements your modern day database for your fanhood these days. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have that connection where you can actually communicate, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, exactly. And now, do you have a website? And more importantly, do you have a merch store on your website?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's www.marshallpotts.com. Go figure.
That's original. Well, I tell you what, you're going to get another 5,000 Facebook fans. Sorry about that. Maybe another 5,000 Instagram fans and all that sort of stuff. I'm giving up apologising, but you may make a few sales as well. Believe me, it would always be nice to make a bit of money. So, folks, go and check out marshallpotts.com. Go and buy a few products. Believe me, you can't go wrong. And look for a bit of music in there. Go and buy it. Don't download it for free. Don't be cheap. Go and buy Marshall Potts music. You can't go wrong, I tell you. Now, here at Galaxy, we like to have a little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of humour, a little bit of fun, and we're going to intertwine some of that as we go. But first of all, I want to talk about the serious stuff. And one of the songs that I absolutely love right now is Didn't I? Tell me all about it.
Well, so about it. Like, I love, you know, it, like, it happened more.
Marshall, I'm sorry to say this, but you're actually breaking up right now. Is there a chance we can get you just to turn down your microphone just a little bit?
Sure. I'll put back on.
Yeah.
How about that?
We're still having a few problems every other word we're getting from you.
How about that?
Much better, much better.
Yeah, it's a song about you know, it's not a song of blame or judgment. It's a song about understanding that all of us are worth more than we usually feel we're worth, you know. And it's a song about understanding, like, you know, didn't I love you enough? And that sounds like it's you know, it's like you're blaming someone for not loving yourself enough. But it's about you not appreciating yourself enough. To be respected enough or to feel loved enough, we have to love ourselves, right? We have to feel good about ourselves and attract the people around us that will kind of create that with us. So it's not a stat.
Oh, I lost him again.
I understand, I really do. Unfortunately, you dropped out right at the very end there. But we can absolutely understand what you're trying to get across. And believe me, Marshall, I love this track. Right here at Galaxy is Marshall Potts live. And didn't I? Are you okay there, my bro?
Is it okay volume-wise right now?
Yes, just every now and again you do drop out, which
Yeah.
I think is quite fun because our IT guys and our internet and engineers and everything are panicking right now, and they're all saying, it's not our equipment, it's not our equipment. So we'll work with what we've got.
It's like the internet connection, basically, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love to see these guys panic at the same time, so well done. I do.
Well, straight to the song.
Well, I tell you what, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it really helps.
It does.
I encourage it. I do. I really do. If you don't have a laugh at least once or twice a day, then I'm not doing my job, am I?
No.
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 Right.
You have to laugh all day.
Absolutely. So, Marshall, I'm going to ask you next
Hi, Shane.
about maybe whether you guys would
Hi,
consider
Vito. Hi,
coming
Cheryl.
down here,
Cheryl.
down under, and performing in front of
you
New
all.
Zealand audiences.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Okay, so we'll go down that road, but I've got to warn you, my friend, we're a little crazy here. We like to do things a little differently in New Zealand. So if you're up for a challenge, bingo, you've got the right people.
Yeah, I'm totally up for the challenge. Yeah.
Nice, I
You know,
like this.
it's all about people, really. It is. It's about telling your story.
Exactly, and believe me, we do have a lot of fun. You know, it's not all about work. There's a little bit of downtime that we can show you around our country, and we'd be very honoured to be able to show you.
I would love that. I would love that.
And partake in some of the more traditional things that we do here, and maybe some of the more crazy things we do here. We'll give you a whole heap of things to do, and of course we can take the lovely fiance for a shopping spree, because believe me, Barbara is an Olympic shopper.
Okay, Okay, I'll let her know.
Yeah, she knows the right places. Plus, at the same time, maybe we could do a winery tour or something like that. If you're into wine, we can do something down Marlborough.
I can see the wine glasses.
Yeah,
at the
I was
back
looking
there.
at that. That's why I mentioned it. Actually, I saw the wine glasses in the background, and
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
giveaway.
I like my red wine.
Nice. Well, we can take.
It's
you
not
to
what's in
places.
here, but yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Let's drop that to 28, Grant.
It has. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 24 after 11 o'clock, 28 degrees. It's dropped down a little bit, it just scared the our predictions, but well, you know something, I think there's still plenty of day to go yet. It's only, you know, going on 11:30. Come on, we've got a whole heap. It is going to go back up. We're currently speaking to Marshall Potts, and believe me, it's a very, very big honour to be able to talk to such a talented man, and love his work. We really do. Singer-songwriter, lives in Kamloops, British Columbia, where he lives off the grid. Got to ask him about that, I really, really do. Near the Dalai Lama centre of the universe. Interesting. Now, tell me about living off the grid. No computers, no cell phones, stuff like that?
Yeah, there's no cell phone. As you can see, internet is sparse. No, that's not the case here, but it is up there. I couldn't do this interview probably up there in Kamloops where I am.
160 acres, that's a little bit of ground.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's 160 acres. It's where I went to kind of, you know, I had this moment after my album Long Goodbyes where my life changed completely, and I had to do something different. So I ended up there. Bought a 160-acre ranch with my brother, my twin brother, and we did not know it was near the center of the universe. That came about afterward when someone said, "Hey, that's where the Dalai Lama says the center of the universe is. It's about just over a ridge from where we are in Dead Band Vedette, it's called." And it's just a beautiful area. You know, it was a place where I call it a healing place because I went up there to heal. And I went up there and wrote these songs that you're playing. And it was just the biggest gift I could have. It took a lot of courage. Like my whole life fell apart. And I went through what I call my trip inside, which I talk about in this album. And it's all about self-discovery, you know, and the whole experience has been an amazing one.
Well, I got to let you know, Marshall, that right now we have 62 countries and 94 cities around the world have tuned in to listen to this particular interview, and I'm so happy to have everybody join us right here at Galaxy to introduce Marshall Potts to the world. And you know, you may be living off the grid, but right now everybody in the world knows who you are, literally. Having said that, Marshall, just wondering, now we would love to be able to see you come down here to New Zealand, to the Antipodes, the Aotearoa, which in English means land of the long white cloud, here in New Zealand, and play in front of New Zealand audiences. Would you consider doing that?
I would do it. If people want me to come play, I'll come play anywhere if someone wants me to play. I'll play.
Great. Well, I tell you what, keep in touch with Barbara. She is the manager of Aurora Entertainments, and she brings bands into the country. Now, I've got to be straight up with you. It's a little bit selfish on our part because we like to get Kiwi bands in front of Kiwi audiences on stage as much as possible, with a name, with some talent, with people like yourself to be able to come in and just share the moment for maybe a small festival, or maybe 3 or 4 shows, stuff like that. We would love to be able to do that. Would you consider that? Nice.
Yes, I would.
And
Yeah,
you're going to bring your lovely lady with you, aren't you?
I will.
Nice. Now, got to be honest with you. We mentioned that we are a little crazy here in New Zealand, and you said you were up for a challenge. So I've got to ask you: have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
No. No.
Okay. Well, let me demonstrate this to you. What you do? It's you must be familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's big. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini. It's big. It's white. It's got a black head. And what you do is you put the live body in your mouth and bite off the head. Don't eat the head. It's yucky. But when you crunch down on the body, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Oh, okay. I like peanut butter. That's all right.
The Maoris here, the indigenous folks of New Zealand, call it the hoo-hoo grub. Us here in the office, we call it the peanut butter bug.
Oh, okay.
Much like a white worm in the tequila, if you know what I mean. Just a lot bigger than that. It really, really is.
That's
Down
my favorite things.
down in the down on the west coast of this. Hello, Ben. Nice to have you back again. What a lovely dog he is, and smiley too.
Yeah.
Very happy looking dog. Yeah, we have a thing down the west coast of the South Island in New Zealand called the Wild Foods Festival, and we would love to be able to take you down there. Experience, well, you know, we kind of deep fry stuff that shouldn't be deep fried, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to really not only challenge your mind, because believe me, when somebody hands you a bowl of these peanut butter bugs, for instance, you got to wonder what's going through the guy's mind when he's handing it to you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'll just one. Yeah, honest. Believe me, I've had many, many, many over the years, and continue to do so when we bring artists and guests into the country and follow through with this. So believe me, and we'll give you the instructional video of that as well. I'll get Barbara to send you all the about it. Believe me, it does challenge your mind when you first pick one out and go, yeah, do I? It depends on how much alcohol you've drunk at the time, I'm sure.
Okay, well, if the tequila comes first, I'm in.
Yeah, fair enough. Ben looks like he wants you. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Finn. Finn.
Finn. Why do I call him Ben? He
Don't
looks
know.
like a Ben. That's what it is. He looks like a Ben. Finn. I got to apologise to you, Marshall. I got that wrong. But he still looks like a very happy dog. Having said that, we can take you down to Queenstown. Now, Queenstown is a little boutique kind of town wanting to be a city, but it's the place where all the A-listers go when they want to get away from their friends, when they take their friends with them. It really is. Well, I tell you what, Shania Twain owns property down there. Kevin Costner was down there not so long ago. Same with Tom Cruise. You never know who you're going to run into down there at any given time. You might even run into me. Believe me, I'm there quite a lot, to be honest with you. But while we have you down there, and your lovely lady, I don't know, Barbara, we'll throw them off a bridge.
You're going first.
I'm going first? Yeah, hell yes, I'm going first. Absolutely. We have a thing here called bungee jumping.
Yeah.
And
I've heard of that.
we kind of think, you know, if it doesn't scare the hell out of you once, we'll do it again. So if that doesn't sort of get a rise out of you, I'm an accomplished parachutist. I love to do skydiving and stuff like that.
Oh, God.
So we'll throw you out of a perfectly good aeroplane as well, if you would like.
Well, that's funny. You know, one of my theories of life is, like, do things that scare you. But two of the things I said I wouldn't do was bungee jumping and parachuting.
Well, you know,
But I don't know. A weekend with you, I have a feeling I might do that.
you got to be brave to be with me in the first place. So bungee jumping is nothing after that. It really isn't. But having said that, are you familiar with the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Okay. Well, where we are here, we're just about an hour away from us is a place called Rotorua, and that's an Indigenous Maori tourist city, and literally we'll go and take you and immerse you in some culture of New Zealand here in Rotorua. Just down the road, about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour away, is Whakatane, a little fishing village kind of city. But just past that, there's a volcanic island that just blew up not so long ago, killed 20 odd people, 21 people. There were tourists visiting it at the time. Just bad timing, really. But yeah, they really got fried, actually. And we feel sorry for their loss, you know, for the people involved. We really, really do. Especially the Australians there. Of course, they've been having a hell of a time themselves with the bushfires over in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so just really, really bad time to have this happen. But yeah, Whakatani's there, absolutely lovely. Then, of course, we've got Tauranga, which is an export port city where we take all the trees from where we are here in Kawerau and export it overseas. And as I said, we're a milling town, you know, about 7,000 people, but we're so close to all the action. Now, I mentioned Lord of the Rings. An hour and a half from where we are right here at this office is, of course, Hobbiton in Middle-earth and in Matamata. So we will take you there, show you the set, have a day around the set, stuff like that. A few wines, I know you do that, and take in the ambience of the place. It really is quite fun. And have you ever heard of Azor?
No.
Okay, I mentioned Rotorua, which is a tourist city. In there, they have a thing called the Zorb, and what it is a big round plastic ball that we will put you in. More of this beforehand, more afterwards. Literally, we'll roll you down a hill. But the funny part is, we'll actually get some people to run in front of you so that when you run them over, believe me, if you're drunk enough, the expressions on their faces are priceless. They really are.
Yeah, that'd be very satisfying.
And you never know. You're going to have to go in, of course, with your with your swimming suit on, or you know, a pair of decent boxers or something like that, because there's juices in there. Questionable whether you know it's human or not, but there might be human after by the time you get down the bottom of all sorts. Believe me, if you get in one after me, you're going to want it hosed out first. You are. I'm that bad. I am. And you know, when I get drunk, well, I just can't control myself. Anyway, so we have things like that. But at the same time, we will take you down places like Hell's Gate, for instance. It's like time has forgotten it. It goes back in the day. Much like, I think the closest thing is Yellowstone National Park, or the bubbly muds and stuff like that. We too have all of that happening here in Rotorua that we would love to be able to take you and be a part of. As I was mentioning to you about your lovely lady, if she's into sport shopping, Barbara's an Olympian. She really is. She'll take you and show you some of the best places to go and shop, have fun. You know, well, maybe you and I, Marshall, we might go off and get into trouble. The girls can go and get their facials and their pedicures and everything like that. Do some shopping, have a lot of fun. God, I hope you're going to bring the dog.
I'm not sure if he'll be able to come or not, but if you can, we'll bring him for sure.
Yeah. How many posties does he eat a day?
How many what?
How many posties does he eat a day?
Posties, yeah. None yet, but he does have a good bark.
I bet he does. It's a healthy dog. It really, really is. I've got a couple as well, and well, you know, I got a little upset with my postie one day, so I went down the road, got a big bone from the butcher's, put it on my front lawn, and of course, one of my dogs is out there eating it at the time, and this postie sort of looks at me and says, "Yeah, he was the last postie."
Nice.
He's never spoken to me since. He really hasn't. To be honest with you, he just shoves it in the letterbox and gets the hell out. He doesn't like my dogs at all. But I suppose we should take a little time to reflect on that, shouldn't we?
We should, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Marshall Potts, take a little time. Tell me about it.
Take a little time. It's a couple of themes going on there, but it was kind of about my daughter, who was always a tomboy. And, you know, take a little time. It was like there's hints at my life inside that one. It doesn't have an overall theme necessarily. It's hard to describe, I guess. Part of it was like, at the time I wrote it, because everyone expects you to always have that chorus, the chorus that sells the song, that sort of thing. And I thought, well, here's a chorus. Here it comes again. It goes a long, long way now, a long way now. And the idea, at least that part of it, was a little tongue-in-cheek to some degree. And in the sense that, here's your chorus. Here it comes again, And, but it was inspired by my daughter, who is a tomboy. She's not trying to impress anyone. She'll read her books. She doesn't dress to be fancy or to pick anyone up or anything like that. And that's part of it. The other side, I bounced around a lot in that song. The other side of that song was like, I take a little time to read the book. I take a little time to think about, I'm quite a spiritual guy, to think about life and the big picture of life. And that was in reference to that. So there's me in there, there's a bit of my daughter in there, and then there's this experience I was having with, traveling and playing music and a bit of like, well, here's the chorus, here it comes again. And it's actually for me, like, I love singing it. In fact, when I sing it live, I like to really sing it even louder than what it is recorded live. It's a great fun song to play live, sure.
Marshall Potts, I absolutely love this. I really do, Marshall. And believe me, I'm a big fan of your work. I really, really am. Now, right here at Galaxy 107 FM, take a little time. Here's Marshall Potts. Marshall, I've been an engineer for about 35 years, almost 37 years. Not only doing studio work, but doing front of house and travelling with bands around the world, all sorts of things. Yeah. So, and as a DJ as well, I don't listen to music as a fan would listen to it. I listen to music as an engineer, a DJ would listen to it.
With all the frequencies in your head.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. I break it down in its increments. And I love the quality and the work that you've produced. I've got to absolutely applaud you as a songwriter and a singer. And just wondering, did you get it done in your own recording studio or somebody else's?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I did it myself. I actually had, on long device, so take a little time, I had a friend who helped me engineer it. And I guess we co-produced it, co-engineered it. I mastered it. And we had our players. I played a lot on it. So he played guitar, and we did it that way on the Long Goodbyes. On That's How It Starts album, I did it all myself.
Well, my friend, I absolutely applaud your skills. I really do.
Well, thank you.
And believe me, I've spent a career in working with bands, working in studios, getting it right, going back to the days of DAT, if you remember DAT tape and stuff like that, all the way through to today's modern technologies and stuff. And even here we have our own recording studios and stuff like that. And we have what I think is some of the best people not only in the country but in the world working with us. And we recognise talent when we hear it. We recognise good quality music when we hear it, and good quality production when we hear it as well. So that's why we're actually doing this interview, my friend, is that you tick all the boxes. You really do.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Then at the same time, we put this together basically because of how fans have requested music and stuff like that of yours, you know what I mean? So I know you've got, 20, 30 tracks. Brookie from production pointed it out. You've got so much music there. It was difficult for us to want to choose a number, so we had to go to the requests and how many people were requesting what. So we took the top 5 of those, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And I've got to be honest with you, That's How It Starts is your hottest hit.
Really?
It is.
Okay,
it is. It's making a huge impact. Let's go back to the desk.
Ooh. Nearly crashed into me.
Sorry. Sorry. My fault for a change. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy. It's hot, it's really, hot in here. For those of you in America that understand Fahrenheit, 92.8 degrees Fahrenheit. That's warm. It really, really is. In the meantime, 31 degrees. Barbara, you win so far. 31 degrees outside. Absolutely stifling. And I still think it's got a degree or two left in it for the rest of the day. We're not even at lunchtime yet. Friday, February the 7th. And I'm absolutely honoured to be joined by Marshall Potts and his lovely lady in the background, giggling away. I heard her before. And and of course, Finn the dog. I got it right this time. There you go. Thanks for the cue. And my production manager in my head says, get it right, it's Finn. So I didn't call it Ben this time.
I'm a delay.
Chime in any time. Chime in any time. In fact, why not come and join us and be a part of the big show?
She's talking to you. No, she's too shy.
Oh, come on. She's an absolutely lovely young lady. Come and join us. Come on.
Want to come and join?
Yeah, roll up a bottle.
No, she can't hear you. I've got headphones on, so she won't be able to interact quite right.
That makes it more funny.
Excuse.
That makes it more funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can experience the delay.
Okay. Yes, you can. Lippery, nice to have you with us. Really, really pleasure to have you with us. Believe me, you will get a copy of this, and believe me, I've had people sit there and laugh for hours and hours and hours at themselves afterwards. So it's always fun to be able to have a bit of fun on the show. Now, I think this is a good time to bring out the 5 questions of the 50 Shades of Grant. What do you reckon, Barbara?
No.
Here we go again, she goes. Right. Now, this is about where we get a little bit of crazy and ask a few difficult questions. Some have very, very deep meanings in the questions, but others, well, you know, it just happens off the cuff. So let's start with Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the UK, Prime Minister in UK. Here in New Zealand, our Prime Minister is Jacinda Ardern. In Germany, Chancellor Angela Merkel. And in America, Donald Trump. Who's the odd one out?
Who's the odd one out? You know what? I turned the TV off about the same time I moved to 160 acres in the middle of nowhere.
Well, most people say that Donald Trump is the odd one out, simply because he was the colour of his impeachment. Don't know how the hell he survived that. But, you know, at the same time, the rest of them are politicians, aren't they? Not caretakers.
And he's
not
a male,
caretakers.
so he's odd one out if he's a male.
If you're watching Mr. Trump, I'm not going to apologise. Thanks for watching. Now, are you familiar with James Bond?
Yes.
Okay, now James Bond broke his ankle just a wee while ago making the latest James Bond movie, Daniel Craig did. And while they had this, 12 weeks out, or 12 weeks down while he's getting over his broken ankle, the management, the owners and everybody got together, franchise people all got together and experimented with the thought maybe we could have a female James Bond. They put that to the world. The world just went absolutely nuts and said, no way, Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man, keep him as a man. I kind of agree. I don't see Moneypenny being James Bond, really, do you?
Yeah, I think unless Moneypenny fancies women now, which is fine by me, it all works.
Well, hold on. She can go and play with Charlie's Angels.
With who?
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie, okay. Right.
Yeah, she could go and do that. But what they've done now, the people that own the franchise and everything like that, they've come up with the idea that we're going to have a gay James Bond.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know, okay, you can't have one, can't have the other, might as well have something in the middle. But do you know what they're going to call them?
No.
Oo7.
Oh, seven.
Oo7.
Who seven?
Oo7. Not double O, just Oo7.
Oh, seven. Okay.
True.
To each his own.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah. Bring on Blofeld. Oh no, that's going down the wrong road, isn't it? Blofeld Oo7. Leave it there. We will leave it there. We really will. That's bringing out the female side of me right now. Anyway, Marshall, have you ever tried vegan sausages?
Vegan sausage. No, I have not.
Okay.
I have tried. I mean, I actually eat very little meat. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I do eat.
Okay. Well, without being offensive, are they made of real vegans? Just wondering, you know. Unfortunately, Girl Guide biscuits aren't made of real Girl Guides like I really wanted them to be. I would have eaten a lot more if they were.
You're terrible.
Yeah, you know, you should warn people first. You did actually. I should have had a drink in this cup.
I did say, literally. I will convert you into alcohol by the end of this. No worries, it will happen. But having said,
I got to come just for the booze at this point.
believe me, we've got a lot of it. We're allowed to make it here too in New Zealand. We're not like America or in some parts where you can't make alcohol. We can. We don't mind. Yep, we can. We don't mind. But now, talking about vegan sausages and Girl Guide biscuits, it's much like talking about, you know, baby oil. Are they made of real babies? Tiger balm, is it made of real tigers? Yeah, you know, we could go on for months about that. But I've got to ask you, right now here in New Zealand, and you're in the land of the legal marijuana. Here in New Zealand, we've got a referendum going on because the government can't decide whether it's old school, new school, can't be bothered, can do it, whatever. We're looking at legalising or decriminalising medical marijuana here in New Zealand. Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, yeah, I do. I think all our medicine comes from plants. So, I mean, all we do is we try to patent whatever the plant is to create a product to sell. So why not go back to the plant?
I agree with you. I really, really do. And believe me, I would rather have medical marijuana available to the people that need it more so than a pharmaceutical product, if you know what I mean. Opioids, believe me, they can take you down the wrong road. And I do feel that marijuana's been given a bad name for too many years. It's not a gateway drug, it's a medicine.
You know, I think marijuana, once they get it going, and if they release, 5 years after the release of it, instead of greasy anal discharge, it may cause a desire to eat Doritos. I think we're probably okay.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to do too much damage with a bit of Dorito.
Yeah.
But having said that, have you seen the new ad for Doritos?
No. Yeah, I think I saw the one on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's one there with Blanco Brown and Sam Elliott.
Right, yes, that was fun.
Love the Sam Elliott moustache movement. Love it. Absolutely love that. But absolutely, yeah, I don't think you're going to go wrong with Doritos. But having said that, I was walking down the main street of my town here the other day, and a little old man in one of these little footpath racing machines, shop carts, whatever, the ones with the flags, he comes running up, riding on up to me at a great rate of knots, and he says, "Grant, medical marijuana oil is good for your joints?" I went, "No."
Weird.
No.
No.
No. I don't know about such things. I don't know. Willing to try. If you want to get a virgin in this sort of thing, I'm willing to try. That's as far as I'm going to go. Anyway, Anyway, we have one other referendum here in New Zealand at the moment, my friend, and that's euthanasia. Do you agree that we should have the right for euthanasia here in New Zealand?
Well, I usually stay away from these topics, right?
Yeah, that's the hard-hitting ones, isn't
It's a
it?
difficult one.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay, I'll say this in more esoteric terms. I believe when we don't live our true path, or we don't serve our soul and our hearts, that we die early. And so you have a choice every day, and that's to wake up, be brave, and live your life the way you feel you need to do it. Not because it's hard, because it's a world of money, but you need to be brave and say, you know what, I'm not scared to not have it. I need to fill myself. So in that essence, I believe we always have a choice how long we live. I think that we don't live our true path, we die early. So with the choice, take that choice every day.
You know, I respect that, I really, really do, and well answered too, by the way. But at the same time, I do feel on case by case, it should be taken and considered, at least for those who need it the most, if you know what I mean. I think we should have have the availability to have that person make that decision. And I'm not saying, it's a suicide thing or anything like that. Let's look at the merits of it. I do feel that we do need to have it. But having said that, my friend, I want to die like my grandfather in his sleep, unlike the passengers in his car at the time.
Yeah. You know what? In life we've got so many heartbeats, and you want to live until the heart stops. We don't want to die of disease or illness. We want to die when the heart stops.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. Right there with you. Now, time has a way. Tell me about that.
Time has a way. I wrote that very quickly. A lot of the songs actually come pretty quickly, and we haven't discussed how I write songs, but in this particular case, I sat at the end of my bed, and I wrote a song thinking what I would like to give someone. And to me, that was the message.
You know,
if I could do that, then that would be great.
Marshall, I find, and I talk to a lot of artists and have done for many, many years now, I think the very easy, very quick written ones have longevity. I think they have a chance of more longevity than the ones that are complicated and have taken years and months and, to be able to put together. And believe me, I speak to people who say, oh, gee, Grant, I wrote that on a McDonald's napkin, and it's the best song ever, really.
Yeah.
And I find that with Time Has a Way. I absolutely love this track. I really, really do. And we're working into a brand new release of That's How It Starts. But first of all, here's Marshall Potts at Galaxy, and Time Has a Way. How you feeling, Marshall?
Good. Feel good.
Nice.
I feel like I need a tequila.
Yeah, well, I did tell you, you might need a few drinks by the end, at least to survive this.
Yeah, you know what? You
How
have
you
to follow
doing,
your
Jennifer?
intuition, because my intuition said, don't get a bottle of wine.
Well, there you go. There you
God
go.
speaks to you.
Yeah, God,
We've got
my
to talk
production
about
manager
getting you
says
here,
God
lovely
speaks
lady.
to you.
Anytime you get a feeling like that, God
Yeah.
speaks to you.
Anytime you get a feeling like that, God's telling you something.
Go to the liquor store.
Yeah. Be well liquored before you
Run fast.
have Kiwis on your computer.
I definitely have to come now.
Your computer is never going to get over this. I really.
I thought you were
I
making
know,
him
I
a
know.
bit nervous.
Now, I see there's a thing here. It says you're reminiscent of U2, Brian Adams, and Lindsey Buckingham. Love Lindsey. I've met Lindsey a couple of times with Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. And believe me, I've even been accused of being Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, believe me,
I can see that.
I was literally in a pub, and Fleetwood Mac had been playing that night, and I'd gone from the showgrounds to a small pub and was having a few drinks, and these women came in going, "Oh my God, he's here!" Guess what I did?
You've got the wrong accent. They'd figure it out straight away. They
No, I
wouldn't
got
be
them
fooled.
drunk. They found my accent fine. But the reason why I asked you if you would be interested in coming to New Zealand is not only do we feel that we would love to be able to have you here, I also know that you've been to France, Spain and Sweden, so you're quite used to travelling.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah, it might be Tokyo this year too. We're going to be in 6 countries that I know so far.
yeah, believe me, we're going to Japan ourselves very, very shortly. Barbara and I are. We're actually going to Norway.
Well, we
And,
hope we
Oh,
are.
Norway.
We've-
I haven't been. I'd love to go.
We've got a band there. In fact,
He's online.
he's online now. The manager, Gear, is online.
Viking.
And we're going to go over there
Awesome
and do a
band.
concert over there. They have 3 to 4 days of no darkness. It's all daylight. And they have a big concert doing it. Well, we're going over to host it and do
That'd be awesome.
a TV show. They're doing a documentary on Gear's band. And
Really?
some radio shows. We're going to meet up with people like
Yeah.
Skid Row and people like that over there. So going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to head to Japan, UK, back to New Zealand and take these bands with us.
Nice.
Let's go back to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. I know it is bang on 12 o'clock, 28.1 degrees, 5 degrees, and well, it is Friday, it's the 7th of February, coming into the weekend. Going to be a blinder, it really is going to be hot. In fact, begging for a bit of rain right now. The farmers and the rural people out there in a bit of a drought need some rain. So hopefully we can get somebody out there that is capably able to do a rain dance. If not, we'll get you drunk and we'll just say you'll be able to do it, and away you go. Let's see if we can make some rain. We need it. We really, really do. And I'm elated to be joined by Mr. Marshall Potts, the singer-songwriter, artist extraordinaire himself, and Time Has a Way. We just played that. Now, Marshall, it is an absolute pleasure to be able to have your company and talk to us about
Thank you.
all your music and everything like that. Right now, it is basically coming to the end of winter. You're coming into the summer period, not too far away. Have you got any gigs? Have you got any jubilees? Have you got any appearances lined up for the summer period?
Yeah, there's a few things going on. Management's just booking all our tour stuff for the 2020 year right now. I know that will be, we're out in the Vancouver side of BC, right in Canada. And Canada's a big place. We'll be touring across Canada to Toronto. And then we go from Toronto to Newfoundland. And then we go from Newfoundland to France. And then we go from France back to Toronto, and then we go to Milwaukee in the U.S., and then we go from there. This is all I know so far. Then I think we go to Tokyo, but that's in the works, so there's nothing confirmed there yet. And then in Sweden, we'll be there in September, and then back to Canada for a Greenpeace 50th anniversary concert, where we'll play with bands like we're not sure. I don't give stuff away that hasn't been. That's my. She say, don't say too much. But yeah.
Censorship.
Anyway,
Censorship.
It looks like we'll be doing a Greenpeace thing in October. That's all I know so far, and I just wait to be told where we're going.
That's very cool. Do you know where
And New
Greenpeace...
Zealand.
Yeah, well, this is it. But do you know where Greenpeace was originated?
I'm not sure. No.
New Zealand. New...
Are you serious?
I am.
Wow, what a weird connection. Eh?
Yeah,
That's cool.
believe me. We,
You know that. Do you know where the first Greenpeace concert was?
no.
It was in Vancouver, BC.
You know,
And it was Joni Mitchell and Gordon Lightfoot, and who else was it? James Taylor. Right?
Right. Well, I tell you what, I'll one up you. We're the only country where we've had a Greenpeace boat bombed in the harbour.
From France.
Oh.
Yeah, the French blew up our Greenpeace boat.
Oh my God! I did not know that.
Yeah, go and have a look on the internet when you can. Do a little research on.
I better do some research before October.
Yeah, you better, because we do want to have you here. And you know, Japan, why not just zip on over to New Zealand anyway? Come on down under. Maybe about 4 or 5 shows here in New Zealand. At the same time, maybe we could look at doing maybe a half a dozen shows in Australia as well, as long as it's not too crispy.
That's great. I've got some relatives in Australia.
Yeah, look, let's make it a worthwhile trip and take a bit of time, you know, maybe a couple of weeks or so, have a look around New Zealand, have a look around Australia, make a bit of money. Well, I tell you what, the only reason why I'm recommending going to Australia is we love their money.
Okay.
Yeah. And they got some good beer over there, even though they don't know how to spell it. They've got a beer there, 4X. Couldn't think of how to spell beer. Just put some X's on it, she'll be right.
That'll work.
A cobber. Don't worry, we like to have a bit of inter-country fun with the Australians. You know, bungee jumping, you're okay, you're Canadian, we will attach the bungee.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already getting complaints from my manager on my headphones. Don't go too far. Maybe your manager and my manager should get to know each other, because believe me, I get told off a lot too. Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. Don't want them ganging up on us. All right, and then there's Barbara. She's the beginning and the end of all say. Yeah. She has the off switch, you know, don't press the red button. Well, guess what? She presses the red button a lot. She really does. She goes, that's enough from you. Now, we were talking about you two, Brian Adams, and of course Lindsay Buckingham and everybody like that. Believe me, I get it. I really do. The great influences. I think at the same time, you fit into that bracket of music, if you know what I mean. I really feel that there's an absolute talent on the rise right now in Marshall Potts. Now, I just wonder, tell me about EMG, Entertainment Music Group. Tell me about that, because you're signed to these guys, aren't you?
Yeah, we were in France, and they saw us play there, and they asked if we'd be interested. And it took about 3 days of thinking about it, and we said, okay. I think these, you know, Canadians, like New Zealanders, I'm sure, are nice people, right? You guys are a little crazier. That's what I'm getting that vibe.
We admit it.
You know, it's a Canadian company, so it's in Toronto. We're in Vancouver area, BC, you know, Kamloops is a little further out, about 3 hours outside of Vancouver, 3.5. But it was the right fit, and it's Sandy Graham that we met, and she's had an illustrious career in Canadian music. She's been, actually, I believe she was the first female DJ. She was the first, I believe she was the first A&R rep for RCA Records in Canada. And you know what it was? It was about people, and I'm interested in people and stories. And her story was, she's just a nice human being, and I'm interested in being surrounded by that, you know, and I know it's a good fit for us. It has been a good fit, and she's working hard for us, and So good. So far.
You know, I have a lot of respect for that. I really, really do. Big ups for the very first female Canadian DJ as well. Believe me, way back in the day, I was taught by a lady in a little radio station back in the day, and then I was fortunate enough to go and follow my career through university and come to one of the biggest radio stations straight out of university in one of the biggest cities that we have, well actually the biggest city we have in Auckland, and it's never looked back since there. So I got a lot of respect for females in the industry, I really do. And literally we actually lost a broadcaster to illness just overnight, so it's been a very sad day for that. And believe me, our hearts go out to the family, our prayers, everything go out to the surviving family, and wish you all the very, very best in the future. But at the same time, my friend, we love what you do. Now, here at Galaxy, and I'm going to be honest with you, without people like you, I wouldn't have a job. And so I'm asking you, literally, when you get new music, will you pass it on to us? Will you come back for another interview? It may be a little sadomasochism in there if you really think about it, you know, if you want to put yourself through this again.
The next time I know what to deal with, and I'm going to be so well-oiled.
You mean to say I might have to behave myself?
I think I just need that wine I was talking about.
There you go. There you go.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you're playing the music. I'm very thankful. Thank you so much. And I appreciate any opportunity to talk about this stuff, because really it's just about knowing people. All of it's about people.
It is.
Music's about people.
It is about people. It really, really is. And literally, the people we have basically are in numbers are absolutely loving Marshall Potts music. I got to be honest, that's where it starts. Yes? Tell me about that's where it starts. You've got over 4,000 requests for it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. It was the last song I wrote for the album, which is ironic because it's called That's How It Starts. But for me, it is the song. Like, it was all the songs into one. Like, it was the whole message into one song. The whole album in that one song. Everything I needed to say was there. And that's how I feel about it. And when I write songs, it's stream of consciousness. So when I say that, I mean that I like to not get in the way of the song as it comes. I feel like I'm just kind of filter it in from some other spot and it comes through. And I know that sounds silly. I know I talk to other songwriters. They all kind of, a lot of them think like that. And, you know, you can't claim or cling too tightly to the song as it comes in. You have to allow whatever that message is to come in. And I like to think that what I'm doing is expressing my own story, but it's all our stories. So everything's a mirror and a reflection. And in this case, I feel like it was the strongest reflection on the album. It was the one that I felt the strongest about, because I wasn't in the way of it. We talked about this, you know, how quickly songs come. It came very quickly. And when I sat and I wrote and I started to sing the vocals on that song, that's actually a scratch vocal. It wasn't supposed to be there, and I just couldn't do it any different. It's how it came, and I just left it.
You know, Marshall, I've got to be honest with you. I think our listeners has related to the song more so than any other Marshall Potts song right now. I really, really do. 4,013 requests to date, and believe me, I see that going through the roof over the next number of months. We're not going to stop playing it. We're not going to stop playing it. We love Marshall Potts music that much. Literally, we have added you to a number of shows. We want to be able to get behind you, promote you as much as possible. And yeah, 31 degrees right now. Barbara, you're winning. There's that Darth Vader thing. It's a health and safety issue around here, I've got to be honest, Marshall. Like Darth Vader and his wandy thing, Barbara swings around with this and you've got her. She can poke your eye out with that thing. She really can. It is dangerous around here. But it's all for a good cause, because today we're releasing Marshall Potts to the world. I know we've played it before. I know you want to know about it, but this is the first time officially we're saying this is Galaxy back. That's how it starts right here at Galaxy. Marshall, we have speakers going through downtown, through all the shopping centre and stuff like that.
Wow.
And there's a courtyard down through there, grass, couple of pubs, eateries, places like that. People gather there to listen to these interviews, and it's getting packed down there right now.
Really? Wow.
It is.
That's awesome.
Management have been telling me that the phones from the reception are going off right now, saying that there's people down there having a ball right now, finding out about Marshall Potts and listening to your music. So not only are the people on the radio around the world listening, but there's people in food courts eating and having a joyous time listening to your music and loving it. They're passing on the love.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And
Lots of love back.
they believe me, we have a very eclectic style of people's tastes here in Kawerau. It's not easy to be able to please everybody. Let's not even try to do that. But if we can just attach to a percentage of those people, well, you know something, they're calling in saying how much they love you.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to be able to hear that sort of stuff. My management team talk to me and tell me all the time, oh, hey, I win.
Yeah.
Wow, first time this week. Awesome. Barbara, you're getting too good at this. You really are. So, yeah, believe me, it is an absolute pleasure to be able to bring your music to not only our little humble community, but our country as a whole, and to the global effect that we have. I mean, 62 countries at the moment tuned in. Phenomenal.
Wow.
Absolutely
Wow.
phenomenal.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you.
And tell your lovely lady afterwards, let's crack a bottle of wine, let's have a bit of fun, you know, because believe me, you're a superstar at Galaxy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, I mean it wholeheartedly, believe me, I do. By the way, you'll get copies, as I said, of photos and bits and pieces. We'll even give you photos of the backstage stuff that nobody else sees. Literally. And be grateful. Today I've actually got pants on.
Nice.
That is sickening.
It's naughty.
I could have been in my shorts.
Why you're not in your shorts?
I'm not in my shorts
I've
today.
never
I could have
seen
been in
you.
my shorts.
I've never seen you in shorts.
Yeah, I don't wear shorts.
He doesn't want to give you a
But
laugh.
yet again, I could have been in my mankini too. You know, the most difficult thing about my mankini, Marshall,
What? Your hair?
I couldn't find a place to put my logo.
No, we're going to tattoo you on your backside. It's going on your butt.
That is a small monkey.
Okay,
Real small.
okay.
Real small.
The girls are going real small. Let's go back to the desk.
Oh dear. You sure he wants to come back again?
Hey, what's going on here? There was no stinger. It went into the next song. Sorry about that, Marshall. I didn't realise that. Yeah, they were taking photos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Having a bit of fun in here. Got away on me, to be very honest with you. But, Marshall, it has been an absolute pleasure meeting you, playing your music. Will you come back again? Will you bring us new music?
Yes, I will. I will. Definitely do that.
Nice. And there's one other thing I'm going to ask you, and believe me, I'm not shy about asking actually. How would you like to send us, you know, a package maybe of a few CDs, couple of T-shirts,
Yep.
whatever you can put your hands on.
Yeah, we'll send you some a package that you can give away to people if you would like some things you can hand out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We would love
Yeah.
to do a competition here at Galaxy. Keep Marshall Potts rolling, because we
Thank you.
believe that your music is going to go somewhere in the very, very near future, my friend. You're on the precipice.
Yeah, I'm so excited about what's been happening. I've been very, very fortunate, very lucky.
Well,
Yeah.
believe me, we think that you're going to go a long, long way in this industry. We really, really do. So we would love to have you come back again and introduce us to all your new music. And, well, I'd be absolutely happy to do a few giveaways and keep some of our listeners happy as well by doing so. At the same time, if you send me a T-shirt or two, you see, subliminally people go and have a look online at who you are, what you are, da-da-da-da-da, and before you know it, you've got yet again another 5,000 Facebook fans, which I won't apologise for. Just a lot of writing, to be very honest with you. I employ people for that stuff. I do.
Me.
Yeah, I have a Barbara. She does a lot for me. She really, really does. And same with my on-air production team as well. They do a very, very big job here at Galaxy. We have a lot of talented people here that want to be able to see Marshall Potts come back and do it and do it and do it again. Will you stay a member of the family here at Galaxy?
Oh, for sure. Yes, always will. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. As I said to you, my friend, without you, I don't have a job. Please keep up the good work, won't you?
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. It's all I can do. It's all I know what to do. It's the only thing I can do. For
Nice.
me, it's just like that's it.
Nice. Well, believe me, we believe in you, Marshall. We really, really do.
Thanks.
And we think that you're going to go a long way. Don't go anywhere just yet. We've got a couple of things to do. But first of all,
Okay.
you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 19 after 12 o'clock and 30 degrees.
107 Galaxy FM.